Hi and welcome to All Fired Up. Alright, so this week what we're going to be doing is making some leather armour. So this is going to be splint. So that will be round like that. So that'll be around like that. I'll have two laces there, two laces there. So we have our leather. This is the actual pattern of the arm that I've taken off the client. So that will be butting. So what we've done is we've cut the leather out just a little bit bigger than what we need, particularly on the sides. Okay, so allowing more at the bottom on the side and more at the top on the side. That way we can just have a nice overlap on our forearm. Next thing what we'll do is we'll cut out our spring steel. So I buy it on a big roll of it, and so I've just cut it up to the appropriate size. So next will be is to lay it out. Okay, so I've just marked off there and there of where the overlap is. One of the key things that we need to look at is getting the straightness of the bottom. Got a little bit of a whoopsie in the leather here, so I'll go back and I'll correct that. I'll just make that a nice smooth line, taking off this rough part. I'll tend to do that probably towards the end, so I'm not too worried about it at the moment. So next thing what we need to do is we need to curve the plates. Because if we leave it flat, straight, it'll dig into your arm. And it's really frustrating. We want the plate to curve around the arm. The other thing to note is we need the leather to be a little bit longer, so that we've got two tie points in behind the elbow. And we also need to take care of these sharp edges. Now the pattern requires one on the inside and one on the outside, so every second one of these will be on the outside. So we'll make them up, and then we'll give them a blacken, and then we'll rivet those on. So on this form, just something to take note of, that there is a shallower curve than this end. So our piece can start in here. Going to be using a hammer with two faces on it. So one face that matches the stake, another face just to help us get into there for a bit of speed. Okay, so we're going to start with the small end in. So what I like to at this point here is over bend it. So the next step from here is taking it over to our pipe and just taking out taking out the bumps, and B, just relieving the steel a little bit. So again, just putting our overbent piece of steel onto the pipe. We have our piece. So I've found that this curve is the best curve to going around forearms. There's also adds a little bit of an air pocket, so that way the rivets won't dig into your gamazine that you're wearing. And it just adds like a little bit of an air barrier. Alright, so I've got 8 more of these to make, so I'll see you on the flip side. Okay, so now I have them all laid out and where I want them. Just to note that every second one will be on the other side of the leather. That one, that one, and that one. But we're going to mark the holes exactly the same as all the rest. So to do that, I'm going to grab myself a nail. And I'm simply Gonna go along and mark all of the holes. So what I found is easy enough is just to use the drill, line it up on the dot, Alright, so now I've got it staged, I've got the steel down, I've got the rivets through, so it's just really simple, going with the curve. Sweet. And then it's just a matter of riveting over. How riveting. So now we've got the black plates onto leather. We just need to go over, cut the nails again, rivet them over. We've got the basic Vambrace finished. So a couple of things that we're still going to do. We're going to replace these laces. They're just temporary ones, so I can give you guys an idea of what it will look like when it's finished. Okay, so the leather overlaps. Okay, true, there isn't a plate there, but you're going through 6mm of leather. Nothing is going to penetrate that. That is going to be as hard. Also, if you put it on a slightly bigger person, you've got a lot of adjusting that can be done. It's very unlikely that you do get hit in your inner arm. The other thing to note is we have the tops of those are spanned out. When you curve it around, basically the plates, that gap disappears, so the plates overlap. Probably a lot more around the wrist, so you could probably spew them a little bit more out. But I found this works really well for me. So my armour that I use for Battle Nations is very similar to this, except for I use canvas, not leather, and that's purely down to a cost factor. Essentially, she's done. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and all that stuff. If you have any ideas of how I could either make this better or just in general, feel free to put down below in the comments and we'll have a conversation.